Hello, and welcome back to Sonic Prime Season 1. Today we're doing Episode 6, Situation Grim. Whatever that is a reference to.
Alright then,
But-
Shiroi, take us away.
Yep, start right before the Netflix logo in 3, 2, 1, click.
I will say this, no matter how much the show goes up and down and all around, I can at least be now faithful that the fight scenes will be good.
Also, again, cannot stress it enough. Sonic, pratfalling every 2 seconds.
Part of me wonders if the reason they made Sonic face planting a trend after Sonic 06 was because in Sonic 06, he's the only one who lands on his feet while Tails and Knuckles face planted. So I wondered if maybe games after that were just doing that to differentiate him. Also, dang, these animals are packing heat, yo.
Bet you were not expecting that shit from SCWRM. And I guess that's where Sonic came in.
If he'd fallen the wrong way, he could have broken his neck.
I thought it was going to end up in another dimension.
Remember, he hit the red shard. I'm guessing, like I mentioned in the last episode, I got the feeling there's some color coding with which shards send him to whichever worlds. You've changed things.
I mean, to be fair, it's not like you were gone for that long.
How long was I gone? 20 years!
Okay, now you know this is actually serious because this version of Knuckles doesn't even know what, a crystal is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought Knuckles was going to say, Nine's dead. He was killed like...
He's got 8 of those left.
He was killed a day after you disappeared.
Sonic, the crash wasn't your fault.
You had to let him go.
Again, given that as far as we know, this is still just a matter of hours that he's gone through.
Also,
it's
I guess
kind of a miracle he hasn't lost his mind.
Also, I guess Rusty Rose, rebooted back to her original, Egg Council mandated program.
I guess so. Which is weird, because last we saw she was hacked by Nine, so...
Maybe, she rebooted in the meantime, or maybe it did mention that it was, temporarily, we didn't catch that.
The baby, clearly he is corrupted beyond his mindset.
Go away.
She got that all in 4K.
Was that the best footage you could come out with?
I found it hilarious. Of course, after taking over the world, Eggman would set his sights on the multiverse.
Wow, this plot really starts to become very, very similar to the one of, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Huh. Ominous.
Oh, there's
Hey,
Big.
Looks like Big joined the resistance.
It's like with Donkey Kong Country 64, where, Funky Kong is gone from such a, carefree dude to a fucking military guy that sells you weapons.
Wow. Rouge of all people calling someone out for betrayal. Now you know this is a different universe.
Fair.
So it turns out 9 absconded off with the shard.
Hmm.
Yeah, probably a wise move.
Sounded like Kronk there for a second.
Like, what happened to his voice as he aged?
I love that no one bothers to look up outside of the main characters.
Is this like a gamers don't look up moment, or
Classic stealth, stealth guard efficiency. Yeah, I say Knuckles took it well.
Well, thank goodness he didn't overreact.
Oh, there you go. Cheer booted. There you go. Fair enough.
And that's how Big joined the Resistance.
I'd say that's how team. This is a straight. The Sonic Heroes team crossover was weird.
Somewhere I can hear, the cries of the disgruntled, ZAM/Archie fanboys who look at this and say, "Why are the Freedom Fighters involved?" Oh, actually, it was weak, so.
Sonic 9 is not the Tails you knew. Better people than you have tried.
This
palm
tree
tree?
is at stake.
It's always okay. Is that like the tree a fucking contest constant every comparing like a palm to Yggdrasil or something?
I wonder.
Yes, I think we get it. Like how many times?
Yep. This whole series is going to revolve around the tree.
How many times did we need to see that scene where Sonic, removes his hands and sees the tree of life?
I mean, you literally brought him there anyway.
Everyone in the rebellion, we found your family members. We're going to shoot one member of your family for each minute you don't come out, starting now.
You can't, because my family is already dead.
Oh, really? Then how do you explain this?
what?
Not even 10 minutes in, Sonic gets the laugh, beats the laugh like an idiot. See, Knuckles is very better.
Again, I think I'm gonna run with your theory, Tio, that Sonic is running on as much energy as he can, despite everything that's happened.
Any last words? Oh. It's the legally distinct tornado.
I like how you've got the usual, Eggman-esque colors going on everywhere, but the baby still has, like, all the rainbow stuff.
Yeah.
This,
There's
like
some semblance of color here. Like,
it's like a Simon Says machine if it were a robot.
I'm more interested also in the fact that hipster Eggman, instead of actually having, a full-on mech suit like the others, has a very simple exoskeleton.
Is that going to be a new public domain horror movie? Simon Says Die.
Sure, why not?
no, someone is locked in a room and is forced to play Bop It for 10 hours.
Sonic, focus.
Of course, Tails would casually make a plane that can cross through different dimensions.
I just did that. Took like 5 minutes. You were feral. It was weird.
Again, was that the best memories you could recollect of a journey, Sonic?
Not even Amy.
Let's assume he mentioned that part super duper quick.
Of course.
Well, of course.
Like I said, it was so easy.
By the time Tails gets back, it'll have been 5 years. It's like interstellar logic.
All right, so
is that Aurora Borealis?
Localized entirely within this planet. The Grim. This doesn't look like a dog.
Sonic, what's wrong with your G's?
I will say, to give the show credit, this does feel like it could legit be the plot for a video game. It even has a gimmick for a video game too.
It really reminds me of something that would have happened in the Sonic Boom era of gaming. Something that Sandler would have made as a spin-off.
Mm-hmm.
They could have done this with Frontiers.
Okay, Master Chief.
Or, hear me out, we could bring the rebels here. Just saying,
that too.
The Egg Council doesn't want them in their city. The rebels, just want to live in peace and have their tree. Bring them here and rebuild here.
Also, I find it interesting how even an edgy version of Tails apparently... What? I find it interesting how even an edgy, evil version of Tails grows to respect Sonic that even he wants to be with him when he starts a whole new universe.
Oh, he almost said ass. We're officially now in PS1 Spyro game territory.
Let him say it.
Like, literally, neither of those circumstances were my fault, even. Oh boy, the baby's pissed.
play nice, or you'll have to have your early nap time.
There you go, Dave. So,
Yeah.
so sad for you. Yeah, sure. I have seen Star Wars Episode 5.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah. I know it's a robot, but still, just ouch.
It's a baby.
He was just born
They needed to do
angry.
the slow motion for that.
Like, why is the baby so mean? It was Sonic himself who said that they're cruel when they can sense weakness.
Sonic is literally
Sure.
forgetting his own words at this point.
All right, now put him in a jar and shake him around.
Jesus.
I do find it interesting that the times that Eggman has decided to dye his hair, it's been blue.
Sure.
Not the same blue, but blue.
Dabba-dee-dabba-da. Squeeze him more. He hasn't learned his lesson yet.
It's alliteration, you fuck.
Sorry.
Oh, like he was supposed to know you were being recorded?
I mean, it's a dystopian
I mean, you live in a
future.
dystopian future. Of course, he's going to record everything.
True, but in his defense, they were grilling him, so he had to provide answers. Oh, look at that. 9
So,
actually did come
We
back.
speedrun the whole I'm totally not going for the climax, and then I actually show up for the climax, beats.
I forget if this was a case where they made season 1 not knowing that they'd have seasons, or if this is a case where season 1 ends and they just blatantly had more going, but split it into seasons because that's a thing Netflix likes to do. If it's the former, then maybe they did that because they thought this might be the end.
Yeah, sure, Han Solo, whatever you say. Man, someone who wrote this episode really was missing Star Wars today. Let me check. We haven't really talked about the writing and directing team. Let me see. Alright, specifically this episode, directed by Eric Weiss and wrote by Marcus Reinhardt.
Hmm.
Man of Action handled the writing for the first 3 episodes.
Oh, wait, so they weren't handling the writing for most of them.
I don't know what to tell you. Eric Weiss seems to be more consistent. After episode 3, was a co-writer for the first 3 episodes as well, but after that became a director for the other episodes, at least of season 1.
I mean, TV shows
Interesting.
always have guest writers even outside of the main group.
Mm-hmm.
Although the ironic thing is that it sounds like Man of Action only did 3 of the first 8 episodes, when it's weird because I recall Man of Action being credited as like the showrunners of this thing, basically.
Different job.
That too. Or maybe they
Possible,
just
yeah.
put the outline and the rest followed. Especially because I'm checking here also for the other season. We are not created anymore for the main writing team. It's always someone else.
You do have a good point that it's a different job. Like, unlike movies where you can attribute a lot to the director, since the director technically has to approve a lot, with a show, directors can only do so much for the episodes they direct. But yeah, when it comes to TV shows, yeah, it's more so a showrunner who's calling all the shots as opposed to the director of an episode. So that's a fair point. Again, I will say this, though. This is a massive step up from Mega Man Fully Charged. I do wonder what got Man of Action to handle this a lot better than that one.
Wasn't Mega Man Fully Charged more of a comedy show?
To an extent, and they did not really had planned for a long-term story outside of very basic stuff. It was much
Which
more
is
of a case
saying
of shenanigans happened that day, and sometimes, only sometimes, the status quo would move forward a bit.
Okay, I say it's mostly comedic, but there were some weird cases where they go like balls to the wall
Like
serious,
especially with the
completely.
rival character, I forgot even the name.
And whenever they include stuff like the battle choir and everything.
Yeah. The most hilarious part is that, it's for those who don't know, the show literally ends still on a cliffhanger and it will be resolved in a comic line.
Ugh, yeah. So, Mega Man's sister, who you think they're setting up to be Roll, no, she turns out to be Zero. In
Of
something
course.
that's supposed to be based off of classic Mega Man.
I guess Knuckles here can earthbend.
Not okay. There have been some iterations that imply he can have some Earth powers.
I think what he actually did was
sure.
like using a shockwave attack to raise the Earth and then punching in midair, but then straight up looked like earthbending.
Yeah. Whatever. Purple tsundere.
Reminds me of the giggle speed about Sword Art Online. Shut up, purple guy. You're not even a main character.
Okay,
Hey,
what
why
was
is he
that
happy?
last grin from 9?
My God, Tails is gonna be the main villain.
It seems like the show is scintillating on how if and in case how much Nines is gonna be evil. But I guess we'll have to see.
I mean, he doesn't have a reason to help them, so.
True, like he said, this world has brought him nothing but misery, so who knows what he might do. Again, I just want to remind everyone, Tails' adventure was Tails committing war crimes, and that's the universe where he's a good guy. So how much
He blew
damage
up
can
his
Tails...
island!
And disturbed his nap. So they had to go. But that begs the question, Shiroi. If that's the damage that a pure-hearted Tails can do, what's the damage that an evil Tails can do?
An evil Tails with the power to travel across dimensions.
Yeah, we'll see you for the next episode. It takes one to no place.
Whatever the hell that means. See ya.
See ya.
See you then.
So, yeah.